going there today, everybody? This is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So today I wanted to talk about what is your hips doing when you throw the disc? What is the purpose of the hips? So I know that's kind of a topic out there. People are talking about, firing your hips in on the throw to throw the disc. When you break down the throw, so when you're coming out of your X step, so if I'm in the X step right here and I'm going to be stepping out, here on the reach back, just before I step out, all my weight is on the back leg, because I'm stepping out with the front leg. So all my weight is on the back leg. You turn and build up the tension in the body, pulling, by twisting backwards on the reach back, rotating your shoulders. I have now built tension through this leg, through my core, up into my rotated shoulders. So right here, this spot is where all your tension is. So you run up, you plant your back leg just before you step out, and like I said, you reach back, you build up all the body tension needed to throw the disc. So now that I'm coiled and I have all my body tension, as I stride out with my front leg, and as soon as my front leg hits the ground, so I'm here, all my weight is on the back leg, tension. As my foot hits the ground on front, all my weight shifts to the front leg. I have no more weight on the back leg on the beginning of the throw. This leg hits the ground and then that triggers, the pull. So when this leg hits the ground, you now pull the disc to make the throw. All my weight is transferred onto this front leg to make that throw. My hips have not, they're not doing anything anymore. Your hips work on the reach back, because when you reach back, here we are just getting ready to step out. Here on the reach back, I'm torquing through the core. I'm building up tension on my reach back. As soon as my front leg comes forward on a stagger, you remember when you stride out, you're on a stagger. Your front foot is in front of the back foot. It's a staggered stance when you throw. So when I'm here, I've got tension built from the shoulder turn. As I stride out on a stagger, as soon as all my foot hits the ground, I'm going to transfer all my weight onto that front foot now. So now all the weight is on my front foot. The back foot has no more. So from here, as soon as that foot hits the ground, all my weight lands on it and braces it to the ground so it won't move. And then the upper body uncoils to make the throw. So you're here, you uncoil to make the throw, and there's no weight on the back leg at all. Because you shifted all your weight to the front leg. your back leg stays behind. You know, so the reason you want this stagger is this back leg will stay behind on the throw. And you can see from the stagger, my back hip is behind the front hip. So if I'm standing perpendicular, this hip is further back than my front hip because of the staggered throw. So you're trying to keep this hip from opening. You don't want the hip to come in on the throw. So as I'm reaching back, I stride out on a stagger, then all my weight shifts, and when I pull through, this back leg comes up in the air like an outrigger. So you can see from being staggered, heads on top, if I'm here equal, I don't have good balance. See, if my feet are even right here, toes, when I make that throw, head on top, my weight's on front. It's going to make me want to fall forward. So you stagger the throw, so as you're leaning forward, the counterweight is your back leg backwards. So here, this is the throw. Back leg counterweights the lean of the upper body. So I'm here. As I make the throw, you know, I end up here. So the whole entire time, your hip is behind the throw. It's all upper body torque. Rotation of the shoulders makes the throw. You're here, upper body rotates. This leg is behind, holding the hip backwards. So I can make my throw on the front leg. So the hip is only there for on the reach back. You know, before I step out and I reach back, you rotate your hips, upper body, you know, to make tension here. But once you stride out, you know, you block the hip from getting in on the throw. So it's very important to throw, you know, with this staggered stance, because that's your balance. You know, it helps you torque through the upper body harder because your hip is back. So anyway, so that's what the hip is doing during the throw. So when you're watching the pros throw, you'll notice they all throw with this back leg back as an outrigger when they make their throws. So I recommend, you know, start the throw with that staggered stance and get your foot braced, weight on top, and you'll notice an increase in your arm power when you throw the disc. So anyways, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. Don't forget to subscribe.